Hi there. So you are about to begin writing your CER on Athens and Sparta. The purpose of a CER is to show your knowledge of what we learned in our ancient Greece unit, specifically about Athens and Sparta. So in class, you have received the directions and how you're going to write your CER. The purpose of this video is to provide you with a mini lesson on how to write a claim and what an effective claim looks like. So in your graphic organizer, you can see the very first part of your CER is developing a claim. So before I go into what is a claim, I also want to share with you the opportunity to always go down to the rubric that is provided to you at the bottom of your graphic organizer. So if we look at claim, obviously we want everyone to get a meets. That means that you're showing knowledge of not only how to write a good, effective claim, but also your claim answers the question thoughtfully, is clearly stated and well developed. So you can see that if you have a claim that answers the question thoughtfully, clearly stated and well developed, you will get a 4. Obviously, you can see that if a claim is clearly stated and answers the question, you'll get 3 points. If your claim is stated but does not answer the question or is unclear, you'll get 2 points. And then if your claim is not, you don't have a claim, or it's inaccurate or not present at all, you will only receive 1 point. So when we go back up to our CER at the top, the question for consideration is, in which city-state, Athens or Sparta, would you choose to live? Now, I'm going to show you a strong example of a claim to answer this question, or a claim that's developed so that it is clear, it's well developed, and it's an accurate claim for what we've studied, and it shows knowledge of Athens and Sparta. So here it says, claim in 1 or 2 sentences, you should state which city-state you would want to live in and why. Now, first, let me start by showing you, I'm going to be posting this presentation, and this is going to be an additional resource for you to come back to as you're writing your CER. One of the slides is going to talk to you about what is a claim. A claim is a statement that can be argued and proven with evidence. So when we are writing an argumentative piece or a persuasive piece, a claim is your statement that tells the reader how you feel about a subject, okay? And in order to write an effective claim, you need to know that you can argue your claim with evidence. And as you can see in the slide, it says that for your CER, your evidence will come from the text, our Discovery Ed textbook, so chapter 9.2, okay? You will also have videos in the presentation to help you with writing your claim. So when we go back to our example, so in 1 or 2 sentences, you should state which city-state you would want to live in and why. This is an example, and we do not want to see this same example in your writing because you're copying. This is just an example. So a good example of a claim that is well developed, that addresses and answers the question is, I want to live in Sparta's city-state because it has a very strong, powerful society that follows very strict orders given by their powerful oligarchy government that would provide me with protection. So if I look at that claim, okay, and I scroll down to my rubric, if I'm looking at the rubric, the claim does answer the question thoughtfully. It's clearly stated and it's well developed. It gives here's what I feel and why. So here's why I want to live here's where I would live, Sparta. Why I think it's important or I would rather live in Sparta, and why. Okay, so this is an example of a strong claim. I'm also going to show you an example of a weak claim. We do not want you to start your claim with, in my opinion. We want you to avoid doing that, okay? So this student wrote, or this example is, in my opinion, I would want to live in the city-state of Sparta because the two places have things for their own purpose, but I would rather have a good military. So now, as you can see, if I was grading this piece of this claim for this student would probably, if I look down at the rubric, the claim is clearly stated and answers the question. The claim is stated but does not answer the question or is unclear. I would probably give this student a 3, maybe a 2 or a 2.5, because the student does say where they would live, but doesn't give an indication as to why. There isn't enough detail. Okay, so remember, we want our claims to be answering the question thoughtfully, clearly stated, and well developed. Okay, so, and remember, a claim is a statement that can be argued using evidence. So now, if I look at this strong example, it says, I want to live in Sparta city state because it was a very strong and powerful society that follows very strict orders given by their powerful oligarchy government that would provide me with protection. So now, later in the next mini lesson, you will see how this student provided evidence from the textbook to support this claim.